Hare Krishna, welcome everyone for today's Srila Prabhupada quote for June 21. Here it goes. Srila Prabhupada is saying, a spiritual master is always liberated. In any condition of his life, he should not be mistaken as ordinary human being. This position of a spiritual master is achieved by three processes. Sadhana Siddha, one who is liberated by executing the regulative principles of devotional service. Kripa Siddha, one who is liberated by the mercy of Krishna or his devotees. Nitya Siddha, one who is never forgetful of Krishna throughout his whole life. These are the three features of the perfection of life. And this Prabhupada said to a letter to Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj on June 20, 1970. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So we can come to know the three processes of perfection of life. Prabhupada is speaking here as Sadhana Siddha, Kripa Siddha, and Nitya Siddha. So our process is Sadhana Siddhi, Kripa Siddhi, and Nitya Siddhi. So Nitya Siddhas are those who are never forgetful of Krishna, who are never forgetful of their own identity and their duty. And being like that, if they come to this material world just to render some services to Sri Krishna, then that they are, those gurus or those spiritual masters or those preachers are Nitya Siddha. Like all the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, along with like all the Guru Paramparas, whoever our gurus are there, they are all Nitya Siddhas. They have come here for serving the whole humanity to liberate us in great numbers. So that's the case. And now somebody are there for Kripa Siddha, like by the mercy of devotees or Krishna or Krishna's devotees, they get the perfection of life. And somebody are there by their sadhana, by their regulations, by their practice of devotional aspects, they are getting the liberation, but they are getting the perfection of life. So Prabhupada said that we can be eligible for these two, Sadhana Siddha and Kripa Siddha. For Kripa Siddha, we don't have any much more thing to do actually in control of us. But the Sadhana Siddha, we can always choose that path. Because by our practice, we can make our candidature much more stronger in front of Krishna or to our own self also. Okay, but when and how we will get or attract the mercy of devotees and Krishna, we never know it. We can just aspire for it, we can just prepare for it, mold our life in such a way that we can be a candidate for Kripa Siddhi also by causeless mercy of Lord and his devotees. But at the same time, the controllables are in our hand in terms of Sadhana Siddha, like getting up early in the morning, chanting 16 rounds, good quality rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, following four regulative principles, reading Bhagavatam, visiting Dham and serving the Dham Vasis, help in preaching, do book distribution, and do mass devotee services like serving prasadam or sponsoring prasadam or donating to temples. All those things are there. And preaching to own family and oneself first, making them devotee, and spreading the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu far and wide. These are all the aspects of sadhana bhakti, and by performing sadhana bhakti nicely, we can be perfect at some time, isn't it? So 7 processes of sadhana bhakti we can follow, and 2 raganuga bhaktis, like Vaidhi sadhana bhakti and raganuga sadhana bhakti. So 7 we are in hand, we can do that, and 2 we cannot actually. We have to depend on Lord. Anyway, we are practicing to depend on Lord more or less based on our surrenderance. We are trying. So let's try a bit more. Follow the sadhana principles and depend on Krishna for the results. That's what the summary of Bhagavad Gita in terms of Karma Yoga is concerned. And today's Prabhupada quote is also directing us towards that direction only, that we have to follow the sadhana bhakti to get sadhana siddha, and we have to, in a devotee circumstances, in a devotee environment, so that we interact with devotees and we attract their attention. And if they are pleased by our service attitudes, then they will profusely bless us, so that we can get the kripa siddhi also. And that will uh, in turn that will attract the Krishna's mercy also, isn't it? Because Krishna gives mercy through his devotees. And finally, we are not in the Nitya Siddha category, so never to think about that. But obviously, to think about spiritual master as Nitya Siddha, because they are not ordinary in any calculation. They are not ordinary. This is very uh, dangerous to think if spiritual master is ordinary, just like a common man. To think like this is very dangerous. So we have to be safeguarding our consciousness from that kind of thing also, and safeguarding others consciousness also, those who are thinking like that. So in summary, these are the things that Prabhupada wants us to follow, wants us to imbibe. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.